How's it, guys? I'm Chitesta, and what you see in front of you is an infinity mirror. I made a couple of these for my siblings that work as both mirrors and night lights. So if you stick around, I'll show you how I made them. Now, the first thing you're going to need is a couple of really cheap frames. I got these from IKEA. An LED set, preferably light changing if you want to adjust according to your mood. A spare remote and controller. Along with the two frames, what you will need to get is some mirror cut to the exact size of the frame. And in addition to the LED lights and the spare remote and controller, you're going to need some tinted mirrored window film. This acts as a one-way mirror depending on which side the light source is. To start off, open up the frame and remove the glass, or in this case the plastic in the front of it. Set that aside and reassemble your frame so as not to lose the pieces, and do the same with the other one. I then unrolled my mirrored tint film and laid out my plastic pieces. I cut the film, allowing for a slight border around the edges. The next step is then to peel the protective film. I used a spray bottle with a soapy solution, allowing for easier separation as well as preventing the film from adhering to any surfaces while I was working with it. I then peeled one of the protective films on the front panel. I applied soapy water to this and placed the film on top. Then use a trusty credit card or gift card and you work out all the air bubbles, much as you would when applying a screen protector to your phone. I then repeated this step for the second frame. Once done, set these aside to dry. While they're drying, you can move on to the next step, which is disassembling the frame and measuring out the length of LED strip that you'll need. These LEDs come with a separation point every meter or so where you can cut them without damaging the LEDs. I then marked out a spot where I could cut the inner frame to allow the LED strip to pass through. marked the same spot on the outer frame. I made some slight incisions in the protective plastic, allowing for a tighter 90-degree angle. Once I had ensured that it all fits into the frame nicely, it was then onto the next step, which was very carefully, whilst attempting not to burn oneself, using a glue gun to glue the LED strip to the frame. At this point, your mirrored film should be dry and fully adhered to the front panel. You then take a Stanley knife and carefully cut away the excess. I then did a very quick one over with the card just to ensure that I hadn't lifted any of the edges. Finally, it was assembly time. I peeled away the protective layer on the front panel. Carefully laid it in the frame with the mirrored film facing the inside of the frame. I gave the film side a quick spritz with soapy water and a quick rub down. Placed the inner frame with the LEDs on it and cleaned the mirror as best I could. Being careful not to create fingerprints on the glass, I then carefully placed it into the frame. I placed the backing on and pushed the pins down. Finally, it's ready for its test. And I think it came out bloody marvellous, if I say so myself. Then, with the second one, just rinse and repeat. And the second test. Just to give you a better look at the effect. Kind of trippy, but also really awesome. I then installed it in the kids' rooms to serve as their nightlight. And that's about it. So I'm going to leave you with a little bit of B-roll of the final product. Shot a lot for watching my first personal project. If you enjoyed it, drop a like and a subscription, and share it with your friends, because I'm trying to grow the channel. Chitesta out.